This time on the Reseller Locker Room, fast nickel or slow dime? Which type of reseller are you?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Reseller Locker Room Podcast, episode 4. Oh, big 40 is what we've turned. Joining me in this episode down below is the intro guy, Chris Easy Pickens, followed by the GOAT, along with me of the locker room, Alex, the Beard King Picker. And missing from our lineup tonight, we've got to say a big congratulations to Shane of Soda City Flips. His daughter just had her baby, and let's share a picture of that.
Soda
there
City
he is.
Pop.
Yeah, congratulations, Shane. It's awesome, buddy.
Yes.
The baby looks very healthy. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. So congratulations to our brother.
Awesome.
He's spending time with the baby and family, and we're proud of the new addition to the Soda City Flip family for sure.
I think we got to start calling him Pop Pop now, is what he's saying.
Pop.
Soda City Pop.
We'll put that under his tagline, under his nameplate next time.
Yeah, man.
All right. Well, I hope everybody is doing well that is watching. We want to thank our subscribers to this channel, all of our paid members as well. And as Chris said at the beginning of the top of the show, we're going to get into the topic right now. Plus, we're going to do all your favorite segments as we work through this episode number 40. And the topic of the week, fast nickel or slow dime. What kind of reseller are you? So, Chris, we do want to start us off.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so, for me, I'm kind of a mixed bag on that topic because there's a lot of things that I do price to sell quick, so that's kind of how I look at this topic. Like the fast nickel, you're the type of seller that prices things to sell fast, lower into the price point, and then like the slow dime is more like the people, the resellers that want the maximum dollar for each item and not willing to come down from that, So for me, it's kind of a mixed bag for me. I have a lot of items that I put, best offer on, and I price towards the lower end of the mark, kind of like golf clubs and, stuff that I sell a lot of, shoes, all that stuff. But then like my collectible stuff, like, my Star Wars Lego, my minifigures, my high-end die cast, I try to hold out for, closer to the high dollar on those. I'm not so willing just to take an offer on those, So basically what it relates to is the items that I come across a lot, I'm willing to, treat this thing like a money pump, man. Let's get the money in and out. Let's get it in and out. And some of the stuff that's more collectible, I try to, hold off. Like, no, I know that's worth like $200. I'm not taking $150. I want $200.
Yeah.
So it kind of goes all over the place in my situation. But I know a lot of people have, certain mentality on their whole store or whatever. I just thought that'd be a cool topic to talk about tonight.
Yeah, I would say I'm a good mix too. I think it's a good idea to have a mixture of your bread and butter items that you've come across all the time, right? And you could just let go. I have books that I can find. Like I have like 10 of the same book right now, but I know they sell at $12 every time I list them. So I'll take $12 or $9 for them just to keep the store moving. Because I think once you get a sale, it always snowballs into more sales.
Yeah, I see that.
So it's a good idea to have a little bit of both. I'm the same way with my collectibles, especially my personal collectibles. Like I want the top, what I know they're worth. Like I'm not going down $10 on them. I'm going to hold on to them until I get that right person to give me what I want for it.
Right.
So I'm the same way. I agree with you there, Chris. Oh, go ahead, Ben.
Yeah.
Alex, we were talking on the phone last night, from my seat, for me, when I look at this business, you have two business models. I mean, there's a lot. Everybody runs their business different. We're going to establish that as fact. 100%. Everybody runs their businesses different, and there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But when you're working within the confines of your business, it usually falls one or two ways. If you want to make a steady stream of income or have somewhat of stability when eBay is not glitching out on us. And that is either you sell quality, and what I mean by quality is you're purchasing kind of like Chris, what you do, and there's nothing wrong with this, but you buy high dollar items for higher prices than our normal yard sale margins. But when you pay the higher price for that item, it commands more money when it sells. And that's great. I mean, for example, somebody may spend $300 on an item, but it may sell for $800 or $900. And that's great. That's what I meant by quality. Now that's one model. The other model is quantity. Quantity, you buy at lower costs, you have less capital tied up, and you're able to move a lot more merchandise at a lower price point. Now, what makes these two factions, what makes it all relative in the confines of what we're speaking of is based on how our current economy situation is. We're in a rough economy. Everything is sky bloody high. People that are looking for items, if you've experienced an uptick in low ball offers and offers cost, it's because people are trying to get the lowest dollar they can. I got an offer today for an item that was listed for $27.89. I got an offer for $27. And you're thinking, well, what's 89-cent difference going to mean? But people are in the mindset of cutting back while still maintaining their buying habits. So when you're moving quantity, I might be able to sell, it might take 30 items for me to reach 900 in profit versus selling one $300 item to make that same amount. A lot of people go in between, and it's a personal choice. I think we've talked about this, Chris and Alex too. For me, I don't want to tie up a $300 investment on one item. I need more working capital so that I can keep a bigger flow of products flowing into the pipeline.
Right.
But if you're able to do that, then there ain't a thing in the world wrong with it. But I just think in the perspective of the topic, which, by the way, let me put this back up on the screen. Are you after the fast nickel or the slow dime?
I'd raise my seat up. I'm short.
Yeah, I'm not going to leave it up because it cuts those heads off.
This is going for my head.
Let me at least drag my beard over it.
But I tell you what, you may be a reseller that kind of walks the middle of the road. You might have a mix of high dollar items that you've had to pay up for, and they'll command a lot of money when they sell. And then you may have a lot of lower priced items. Now, the question that I always think about, especially the way eBay has gone for me personally this year, is when I hear talk about resellers saying that they don't want to fool with buying any items unless it brings $20 or more. Well, you got to ask the question, how are their sales? Because based on the economy where I am, it's a lot of low dollar stuff, but the low dollar is moving consistently for me, whereas the higher price stuff is not consistently moving. So what do you guys think of that? To me, that is kind of the two sides that you're trying to balance, or you may work totally on one side or work totally on the other.
Yeah, man, I totally walk that line off of both sides. I mean, you mentioned the $20 thing. I'm trying to get my store to $20 and over only. I'm not there yet. I still have a lot of items of $10,
Yeah.
I think right now I'm at $10 is my minimum price of any item in my store. But one of the reasons I want to move forward or move up to the $20, move it to the $20 minimum is just, it's tough for me. My time is stretched so thin. A lot of times it's hard for me to justify with myself in my brain, packing up a $10 item and shipping it out. You know what I mean? It's like, when that cha-ching goes on, I want to see something, man. Like, I'm saying $10 ain't nothing, but if it's a $10 item, I'm probably making $3 off of it, honestly. I mean, let's be real here. I mean, from me, I'm not saying that's how everybody is. Okay. But for me, the other side of that is these higher dollar items. When you talk about the economy, a lot of these collectibles and stuff, these high dollar collectibles, I'm sure the economy plays a little bit into it, but also on the flip side of that, the people buying those high dollar collectible items that aren't necessities may be doing all right for themselves and not be feeling the economy as much as some of the other people like us or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's we could talk for a long time about it. There's a lot of different sides to it. I don't know. What do you think, Alex?
Well, we actually talked about that before when we talked about the economy. So
right,
I agree with you. I'm trying to actually get my eBay store to at least sell for $20, right, and get rid of like the $9.99, or the $10 books and stuff like that. So, but when it comes to like me building my Amazon, that's a numbers game, right? I'll take $5 profit, but if I'm selling 10, 20, 30, eventually I'll sell 30 books a day at $5 profit. I'll be happy with that,
Right. Well, the beauty of Amazon in your situation, doing fulfilled by Amazon, is when that sale comes in, you've already put the work in. Right, for the most part. If you get a sale from Amazon, what's your next step? You just say, "Sweet, I had a sale," because you don't have to do anything at that point, right?
No, because I already packed and labeled it and shipped it off to them. So
yeah. So
that's what you're paying up for Prime, for the $40 a month for them to do all the customer service and ship it out, right? So that Amazon is definitely a numbers game. Like, I know a ton of bulk booksellers that are doing over, 7 figures, right? $1 million sellers. Or when it comes to like online arbitrage, if you could make $2-3 a product, but you can sell that product 1,000 times a day, 500, 1,000, which is possible on Amazon. Like, it really is. Then it's worth it. Man. I agree with you. I don't feel motivated to wrap up a $10 book anymore, because I got to put the, bubble it up and throw it in a box or a poly mailer if it's only $10. But yeah, it's not really worth the time. So, but I had in the last 2 days, I've had 4 items sell for $50 each. And I can honestly say I only have $4 wrapped up into those books. So that's why I agree with Ben. Like, I don't want to buy a $300 item that might sell for $600, because in the long run, I would make more money buying 300 books in the long run.
With that buy capital.
Yeah, with
quantity.
That buy capital. Quantity. Even though it is more work, it is really,
right.
It is.
It's like, what's your mentality? Like me, I want the biggest transaction possible each time. Like, I've established my buy bank. I have, whatever it calls. If I can make money off, I don't really think about the capital I'm putting into it. Just how I have it set up right now. Once I go full time, it might be totally different, man.
It is different.
I may not have the luxury of having that buy bank as fat as I have it. Life comes up. Life happens, dude.
When you're reselling, money has to be used to pay everything for you to survive. Your mindset tends to change, and you begin to say, do I really want to drop $300 for this item, hoping that it'll sell within a few days? Because if it doesn't, that's $300 I've tied up for who knows how long.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I get that. I get that aspect for sure.
Yeah. And unless you have an unlimited amount of money supply, which most of us don't.
Well, not money supply, but it comes to product supply. Chris might be in a different position if he keeps finding these items. If I only grab $50 books and above, I would have maybe a store of $150 books and above.
Let me tell you something, guys. I'm telling you, the reselling business is economy driven. It's just like every other business out there that offers services, grocery stores, department store. It's economy driven. When people are getting nervous and they want to hold on to their money, you're not going to be able to at night count your $100 bills. The economy affects what we do. Right. And another thing that affects what we do is these constant price increases from the post office, which is going into effect.
Yeah, I thought that wasn't going to affect the media mail, but even media mail is going up. Didn't they just raise it like last week? No, they're raising it again.
I don't know. Today I shipped out a Bible. It's so weird. I shipped out that big Bible, from 1872, whatever it was. And
let me tell you,
it was cheaper to send it
Ground Advantage
than it was media. Anyway, I thought that was
No.
If we ever get to the point where here's our item, here's the cost of shipping. If it ever gets with price increases on shipping that it starts to go like this, we're all screwed.
Well, I mean,
my business is already built around shipping more than the product.
Yeah, but they raise it every year. Post office rates are raised every year. That's not surprising.
I've noticed that with buying heavier items, I'm having trouble moving the heavy items because the shipping is so expensive. Right? I have this motorcycle jacket that should have sold, but it's full armored, so it weighs so much. Everyone's interested in the jacket, but they're like, "Why is the shipping so much?" I'm like, "Well, it weighs freaking 15 pounds. It's going to cost a lot to ship out."
I mean, I share my shipping discount, but before I did, okay, if I listed something heavy, I would have to tone it down. Otherwise, I would constantly get messages. Why is your shipping so high? Why is your shipping so high on a golf bag? Why are you charging me $100 for shipping? I'm like, well, I know it's only going to cost $50 to ship it, So before that might be something to think about too. Like if you're not sharing your shipping discount on a bigger, heavier items that you really want to move, you might have to adjust or decide a flat rate on it ultimately, right?
Okay.
Because when they inflate that, the retail cost and not give them the discount, I mean, it gets crazy on the heavier items. It really does. Like you're saying, that motorcycle jacket, people are probably looking at $65 or $70 to ship or something.
They're
right?
telling me it's $65. I told them I'd go look and see if I can adjust it, but every time I go back and look at these heavy items, the shipping's correct. That's how much it costs. I have calculated shipping on, so they could be in California. And that's why,
A lot of times those heavier items, you get up to like a 40% discount on it,
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll probably just flip it on Marketplace. Really, it's probably just
you could use the calculator, see how much it's really going to cost, and then do a flat rate. That would be another option.
Yeah. But even you're saying the Bible, any book over 7 pounds is cheaper for Ground Advantage now than Media Mail over 7 pounds, 7 or 6. But I think it's 7 pounds.
I think that book was 10 pounds packed, something like that.
Shipping is always going to go up, guys. Always.
Right. Well, speaking on what you mentioned, Ben, luckily everybody's affected by that. It's not just eBay sellers affected by that shipping price. I mean, like that's the USPS price, right? So no matter, I mean, Amazon, they say free shipping. We all know nobody gets free shipping, man. I mean, you're paying for it one way or another, dude. I mean, ultimately, you're paying for it. They just might disguise it as the price of the item or however they do it.
Amazon fees go up for sellers all the time. So
yeah, of course, I'm sure the USPS gives Amazon a tremendous shipping discount.
UPS,
because as we get a discount as eBay sellers. Yeah, but I would say Amazon, being the mega giant they are, they probably get major.
They have a great deal.
Shipping
for a 32-pound box. It only cost me about $9 to ship it into Amazon. That comes out of my account, the $9, and then I'm paying $40 a month for them to do what they do. And
they have a deal with like UPS, right, Alex?
Yeah, UPS. So it's really good for media. It's good. Even when I was doing OA and other products, it was never that crazy of a price to ship in. It's reasonable. As long as you fill the heck out of that box and you add that into your numbers there, your expense.
Yeah, one item I sell that I know that isn't affected too much by the economy really is golf clubs, dude. I mean, golf's an expensive sport.
Yeah,
very popular sport, and I have yet to have a summer slowdown. Let me knock on wood here, but yeah, I haven't had a summer slowdown. Ultimately, that I always hear about, and I think I base that on selling golf clubs.
I think that summer slowdown is product based too.
Absolutely.
If you're a coat seller, well, yeah, you're gonna have a summer slowdown. You only do hoodies and yeah. I only sell snow equipment. Oh,
here's what I know. When I went back and looked at my sales this time last year, it is down compared to this time last year. On average, last year I did anywhere from 10 to 15, sometimes 20 items a day in sales. And now I'm getting half of that, sometimes less. And so,
I feel the last 2 days for me have been up, but I'm more established eBay seller because, it's been coming up to, well, when we have our year anniversary here on the show, that's going to be almost a year for me being full time on eBay. You know?
This time last year, I was 9.2% up from where I'm at right now. So
Hmm.
that could be turned around in a week or so with a good week, you know. So
Yeah.
It's down, not that down, but you know, the summer's just starting.
But I guess it
And
comes down to, you know, what kind of reseller are you? What is your budget? What is your buying power budget?
it's all
If you
relative,
don't have
right?
if you don't have a lot of extra cash, if you're one of these resellers that you take your eBay profit to pay bills, I imagine that your operating budget for your reselling is fairly small because you're having to pull profits out to pay your bills to survive. If you do this part-time and it's a hobby or whatever you want to call it, and your main job pays for your main bills, you probably have a bigger buyer budget.
Well, and you can sit around and get the higher dollar for your items, what you list them for. Like
True.
today, I took $50 on a book that had listed for 80, but I know I have the 127 coming up. We got to pay for the house. We got to pay for all that stuff. So I just took the money, you know, I paid $1 for the book. So I took the $50.
No, I have a lot of respect for you guys being full-time resellers, you know, and doing the dang thing. You know, I mean, there ain't no full-time reseller. There ain't no side job. There ain't no part-time job. I mean, I got a lot of respect for you guys, man. I want to be there, and I'm not there yet. I'm trying to work towards it.
It's Chris. It's just a different world. Your whole perspective, doesn't it, Alex? Your whole perspective on things.
Well,
you know, I've been planning.
If I wasn't full-time, I would have never took $50 for that book. I would have waited for that $80.
Yeah.
I fight with myself every time because I want that $80, but I can take the 50 now. I could risk it and counter with like 65, but then if I lose it, then I kick myself, and then I'm mad that I didn't just take the 50 and move on.
Do you know what? You know, you know what's funny? Alex, you're froze. Look at that face. Hold on, hold on a minute.
That could be our thumbnail.
Sorry, folks, we're experiencing a technical delay with Alex, and so yeah, I forgot what I was going to say because the picture got me. Man, what was I going to say? I done forgot.
We're on the topic of you know, full-time reseller versus, you know, a full-time reseller. It's going to be hard for them to have that buy bank, a big buy bank than part-time.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. If there are people that are watching this show that are not in reselling at all, which I'm sure there probably is, they're going to think that we're a bunch of greedy people because you got Alex talking about, I gave $1 for this and I'm holding out for $80. I mean, come on, dude. If you sold it for 10, that's killer profit.
I mean, well, that's a great topic, right? I mean, like, once you look something up and you see what something sold for, it's so hard to come down from that, you know? I mean, it really is, dude, because you get in your head like, man, I scored. I mean, you know, it's already set in stone in your head when you look up the prices. So when you got to come down from that number, it's tough sometimes.
I don't know what, because my internet's great.
So, Alex, what I was saying when you froze in that beautiful face of yours that I put large on the screen, I said, anybody that's watching this that's not a reseller is going to think that we're a bunch of greedy buttholes paying $1 for a book and we're holding out for $80, baby. 90 times our money. How greedy, because we could get it for $1 and sell it for 10, and that's still good profit.
That's true.
We're not greedy, ladies and gentlemen, but when you see what sold histories are on items, you're like, well, if somebody got that price, I'm going to get it too. And guess what? Not all the time you're not going to, because what it may have sold a month ago, guess what? It may be 5 times lower now.
Yeah, and you might get an offer that you turn down, and then you might not get another offer for how long? You know?
I have a vest that I got an offer for $65, and now every offer is $35. I should have took the 65.
It's happened to all of us, man.
But now in my head, I'll never let that vest go, at least for $65.
Because you had that offer.
Because I had that offer.
At least that, somebody offered it to me.
Yeah, I have it listed for 110. It's 110 right now, so I'll wait.
You guys
Isn't it amazing how possessive we get over this stuff?
Dude,
we get possessive.
When I get a lowball offer, and my wife, because she's connected to my account on her phone, she'll see these offers. She said, "Yo, you got $50 offer." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's $80." I'll like, here.
But you got $1 in it.
You take the phone. You hit accept. I can't do it. So she hits accept on these lowball offers. But I'm trying to move my mindset of just move over and rotate the money, right? That's another business. Like you can look at Whatnot. There are people that left eBay to do Whatnot to sell things for $5, but they can move stuff like this, right?
Yeah.
In the long run, they're making more money than selling it on eBay.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. Whatnot, that strategy of Whatnot, quantity sales is where your money's made. Quantity.
That Whatnot would fall into the fast nickel category.
Yes. Well, look at, I know I've heard Philly Flipper talk about he used to have a couple thousand items on eBay and he moved to Whatnot and he's making more, selling things for less on Whatnot because he'll go yard selling. He'll pull into his garage and do the Whatnot auction right there and move it in the same day that he got it.
Boom.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome.
You look at Chris Flip the World, goes to the Goodwill bins. He doesn't even buy anything unless it sells. Best business model ever.
I was telling somebody about that the other day.
He'll sell things for $20 that will resell on eBay for $100 if they want to wait. So he's selling, his whole strategy is selling to other resellers. I'm trying to slowly
at the bins through him.
Huh? What's up?
It's kind of like sourcing at the bins through him. Going to Whatnot.
You know what I call that business model? The liquidation house model. You go buy it and then you sell it all out the same day. Liquidation house.
Yeah. I'm trying to put that into my business and trying to let things go quicker because I know I'm getting them for $1 at the bins, right?
I mean, forget storing stuff and putting it on bins and putting it on shelves. You go buy it at yard sales on Saturday morning. Saturday night, you do a Whatnot and you're packing that stuff up and it's out by Monday. That's ideal, if you ask me.
I'm going to let Shane just did a show. He did close to $500 and an hour and a half of work. Obviously more because he has to pack all of it now, but he moved a ton of product very quickly.
Yeah.
I hate packing, dude.
So
yeah, I couldn't imagine. Well, I can imagine. I don't want to do it. Pack 100 items at once, man. But like I think you were saying, Alex, like a lot of times people buy multiple items in those shows. So if you sell 100 items, you might only be shipping out only like 40 or 50 items.
I only do Whatnot auctions about 30 items at once, and usually 5 will go to one person, so I'm not doing that many packages. But I'm not I don't have a following over there. But
if you sold 100 items at a Whatnot show, I would imagine it would take you 4 to 6 hours just to get all that crap packed up.
And
yeah, I wouldn't do a show that big. I would only do 30 items, but do a show every day of 30 items.
Yeah.
I know when I got like 20 or 25 items going out on a Monday morning, sometimes, not all the time. I'll be like 2-hour sessions a lot of times, man. I mean, honestly.
That'll take me all day. I gotta watch like a video after 5.
We want you guys, those of you that are watching and listening, we want you to chime in with your thoughts on this subject down below. Leave us the comments. We read those and respond, and we might feature some of them on the next episode of The Locker Room. So let us know your thought process when it comes to the topic of the week. Do you go for the fast nickel or the slow dime? What kind of reseller are you? Do you go after quantity or quality? Quality being higher valued items. Let us know how you run your business. All right, gentlemen, what's next?
I'm going to look, since you're talking about comments, I'm going to go look at the last video real quick and see if I can find a comment of the week.
Yeah, we'll get to a comment thing here in a minute.
There we go.
Let's get to the sale of the week, fellas.
Okay.
And Chris, you'll go first. You'll send it over to me.
Yeah, sure.
And let me get into mine. And but anyway, folks, we want to know your opinions on the subject of this show. So let us know down below in the comments. All right.
Right screen.
Here we go.
All right. So this was an interesting buy. I went to a garage sale 2 weeks ago, and there was these 2 helmets here at the show. This is one of them. I'm just going to show you this one, but there was this one, and the other one was like a post-World War II West Germany firefighter helmet. Okay, this guy had a couple of helmets. I got both the helmets for $5. I'll just say that. All right, so I think it's pretty cool, man. Pretty unique. I've never seen anything like it.
It's like
I couldn't find any
between-
comps on it. I couldn't find hardly anything on it except for I finally found this. It's a Mexican helmet from 1970. So I thought it was pretty cool. I listed it for like 150. I couldn't find any comps. I got an offer after like 4 or 5 days for $121.49. So I accepted it. Now I pulled an Alex too. So I must have over dimensioned it or something. I put like the bigger dimensions than what it was, evidently.
Yeah, it's always
I paid $58 for shipping, dude.
It's always an accident.
So the
Holy
buyer,
mother of pearl, Chris.
the buyer was in at 190. I paid 20 to ship it, and I said at priority. He didn't even pay priority. I don't think. I think he paid UPS or something. I paid priority for 1978.
Did he not message you wanting to know why that shipping was so outrageous?
Oh yeah, he did. He did, and I didn't look into it. I just told him, look, man, I put in the dimensions, and eBay calculates the price at a discount, man. So that's what it is. And then a minute later, cha-ching. So I didn't offer him a discount. You know, maybe I'm that a-hole reseller. But hey, man, if you would have asked post, you know, again, I probably would have sent him something. But
how much?
I upgraded his shipping. What's that?
How much did it weigh?
The package was probably 4 pounds, 3 pounds.
Crap, dude. Can we say highway robbery? Oh my heavenly day!
I'll take that 132.50 profit.
That's good, man. But holy crap, that shipping, dude.
So yeah, the other helmet sold for 78. The firefighter helmet sold for 78 like the other day. So it was cool, man. I wasn't static. I had a $5 purchase. That don't happen all the time.
Let me pop mine in here real quick. All right. This is actually, it shows a listing of one, but it's actually a set of 2 Harley Davidson seat covers. And the buyer said, I want to buy both. Can you relist them to make it for both? And I said, nope, you can put them both in your cart, check out, I'll combine shipping, and there you go. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And I gave, golly, I think these were Goodwills for $4.99 a piece, I think. So,
sweet.
Anyway.
Nice $50 come up right there.
All right, Alex, sir, what you got?
You know, I just got $50 books, a couple of them, but I want to say, even though this is not worth as much, you remember the story of hold on, let me show you this real quick, of the guy at the Goodwill bin saying that I stole something out of his hands?
Yeah.
I think this is the item. That's why it's the sell of the week for me, because it's only a $20 item, but that whole story is funny. So let me go pull this up real quick. I believe this is what I stole from him. So he was running around like a madman taking all of these. There was a whole set. This set is worth around $700 if you have all of them. And I just sold it for $20 as individual one, right? So there's a big giant set. It's worth like $800. When the sale went through, I thought, man, if it's that guy's name, I'm going to cancel this order on him.
I was just going to say, was it him?
Yeah, no, if it was a Tennessee address and I know his name, I would have canceled the order. So he couldn't have the whole set, because it would make sense for him to buy for 20 to complete the set.
Yeah.
And sell for $800. So just $20. But that's my sell of the week, just because, you know, I stole it out of someone's hand and I got the $20.
That's funny, dude.
You didn't literally snatch it out of his hand, right? Not on purpose. He said you did, right?
Dude, I'm not even paying attention to people around me. We're just grabbing, you know what I mean? So if it was under a book and my hand was under books, I couldn't tell if he had it or not. Yeah. But I just remember that day he was running around looking for those books and I had one. Even if I didn't take that book out of his hand, he's probably looking at my cart, seeing that book and mad about it, because, you know, it's an $800 set, you know, the whole
pissed
thing.
Him off even more.
I only got one out of like probably 20 of them. So,
wow. All right. Find of the week, gentlemen.
I haven't been sourcing for 2 weeks, so
I haven't either. I don't have anything for this segment, guys.
I showed you guys earlier, so I couldn't not show it to you. So I don't know if anybody watched my video, my last video that's out right now, but this was in Jimmy's booth when I filmed my last video. Well, I went and did a private pick with Jimmy on Sunday at his storage unit, and I picked it up then. he was asking retail price for it at his booth, but I ended up getting it as a throw-in on a bulk buy. But it's a old school porcelain sign, Roar with Gilmore. That's an old oil company. Super
Is it
cool.
double-sided?
Stuff. No, single-sided.
Here's your sign award.
I showed it to Jason Luck, and he's a huge sign collector as well, and he thought it looked legit, So pretty happy with it. I think it's pretty cool. I don't think I'm going to sell it though, and I could probably get $100 out of it, but it's going to look. It's my first actual real, porcelain sign, so I'll probably keep it.
Can we drink on this show? Cause I got this sign. I was just gonna.
Oh, wait a minute.
Get a little. I have a find actually from the bins last time I went. I don't know what they're worth yet. I just thought that they're actually complete Garth Brooks box sets. So
there you
two
go.
of them. All the CDs are super clean in them, so I'm sure they're worth something. I just thought it's very unusual to find something at the Goodwill bins, a set or anything that's complete.
Right. Not damaged.
Yeah, it's not damaged, so it's pretty cool.
You didn't comp those yet?
Something.
What's up?
You didn't comp those yet, Alex?
No, I haven't comped them. I'll do it real quick.
$20 a piece, probably, at least.
Well,
I don't know at least, but that's what I would think.
I'm going to look on eBay first, on Amazon.
Oh, there you go.
$20 on Amazon, so I'd make $8 if I sent them in on that one.
There you go.
All right, boys.
13. Uh-oh.
Edge trimmer.
Yeah.
Edge trimmer.
I would not want to ship that thing, man.
Well, I'm not selling it.
You just found it.
I gave $5 for it, and it's got the battery charger with it and the instructions. He said he used it once, and then he put it up, and he forgot to take the battery out, and it's set for over a year, so the battery's dead. But I can buy a Firestorm replacement battery.
Yep.
Yeah.
If I wanted to sell it, it'd be about $119.
Well, take a
Without
little
the battery.
Take a little trim off the bottom of your hair there. See if it works.
Yeah, or I'm going to save it to shave my head.
You have to put it in a little sprinkler first.
Yeah.
Not
All
shave
right.
your head. Shave your head.
Let's get into the comment of the week, Alex. I think you've got one looked up here for us, don't you?
No, I got sidetracked. The dog walks the dog. I don't know who that is, but he just said Hawk Tui on that thing.
That's our comment of the week.
It was the shortest one I could read the fastest.
What?
Dude, I got sidetracked. I didn't even find one.
I got a pathetic sale if you want to show that while he finds a comment. I don't know.
All right. Go ahead, Chris. What you got?
Let me pull it up here.
Sorry, guys. We're not prepared. All right. Here we go.
This is Shane's
so
job, right?
This has been in my inventory since August. Paid $6 for it. Sold for 10. Long story short, ended up with $6.71. So I made a whopping 72 cents off that sale before packing material. So I think I used a sheet of bubble wrap and an Amazon box. So take another 5 cents off that profit.
Wow.
Pretty terrible.
Yeah.
But it's out of here. I didn't lose money, but it sure didn't make much.
I'll tell you what, Alex, if you found one, I want you to wait a minute. You got one?
Yep.
All right, wait a minute. Down below, guys, we want to recognize our paid high tier Skybox members to this channel. First up, I got to wait till it scrolls back by so I can read it. All right, Skybox members is Chad from Wolfman Goodies. Go check his page out, his channel on YouTube. The Trash to Cash guys, which is Kevin, Carrie, and Dave. We appreciate them. Flipping for Laughs, he also has a YouTube channel. Mary McQueen and Reselling with Woody, he also has a YouTube channel. Be sure to go check out their channels. They are our paid high tier Skybox members, which is $9.99 a month, guys. What that gets you is backstage videos that we record before we do the recordings of the show. So it's behind the scenes stuff. I will tell you that if you are a Skybox member or an MVP member, you will be given access to all of the video footage that we're going to film when we go to the Highway 127, including the locker room house party footage. But you got to be a paid member in order to see all that. So we want to thank our Skybox members. Next, our MVP members, Mr. Mike Camparelli from NY. We appreciate Mike from New York. Keith Vintage Sports Flips. He's got a YouTube channel as well. Go check his out, Vintage Sports Flips. Tommy Bernard, Chris Moose, Daniel Rushing, Misty J, and Ito Rivas. We appreciate you guys being MVP to the channel. And then just the tip member, Rick Rotman. Rick, we appreciate your support as well. So what is your comment, Alex?
All right. So we got one from Matt's Profit Pursuit. Just like a rainy day fund is good to have for big bulk buys, a death pile is good for a rainy day fund to have items to list in case of emergency, like a once in a lifetime pandemic.
Good point, Matt.
So it's a very good point, because we were talking about building a business. I don't remember exactly what we were talking about. I know we were talking about having listing our death pile, maybe, but it is kind of nice to have something to list in case you can't go out and source, a backup. It's like a backup plan, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So, because you were talking about Ben doing the challenge of trying to list all our stuff before the 127, right? I think maybe that's how that topic got
something
brought
like that. Yeah,
got brought up. But that's a very good point.
Well, after the 127,
have your death pile listed before we head into fourth quarter. That's what I was saying.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay.
But most people's death pile fills an entire bedroom of a house. We're not talking about a death pile of 10 items or 20 items. We're talking about you have a massive load of stuff.
Yeah.
That if you listed 100 every day for a month, you still wouldn't be able to get through it all.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
But I think it was a good point to have a little bit, just in case, say your car breaks down and you can't go sourcing, you can still list,
But just because you don't list every day don't mean you ain't going to sell something, because Caleb said he ain't listed 90 days and he's getting sales. Listing is not the answer to get sales. I think it's not the end all be all.
No, it's not the end all be all at all, but I will interject this. For consistent sales, consistent listing is key from my experience.
Sure.
I guarantee you Caleb is not getting consistent sales that he can rely on.
But for me,
sales, but he's not getting consistent ones.
But for me, I end and sell similar 150 items every day. That works for me.
Yeah.
So,
but
even if I don't list something, I'm rolling 150 items, refreshing 150 new items. Basically, new item numbers are going into the platform every day.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I've done what they call a nuke store a couple of times, man. And every time I do that, well, both times I did that, I had sales on stuff that had been sitting around. I mean, there is some truth to that. It's like doing in and sell similar, but with your whole damn store at once.
But I've never done my store all at once.
How many items do you mind sharing? How many items you have in your store, Ben?
Let me look.
I was curious. We never talked about it.
Currently, I have 1,167.
Okay.
So about every day, I'll roll 50 items. If I don't do 100 or 150, the very minimum I'll do is roll 50 a day.
So you may not wait for it to reach for that listing to reach its 30-day mark?
No, I do not.
Got it.
There's so much stuff on there, you're going to get pushed down so fast. To me, there's no point in letting it sit out there and flap in the wind like a fart in the wind for 30 days.
Right.
Let it roll a couple of weeks and then flip it.
Right. So yeah, with between 350 to 400 item store, for me, when was doing in and sell similar, I was waiting until it reached its 30-day mark. It was ending that day, and every day of the month I'd have between 5 and 15 items ending. So it worked out to where it was like I didn't have to go in and choose them. I just chose what was ending that day. But now since I've been nuking my store, all that's gone. Everything's reset to the same day of being listed, right? So
you're in that pattern now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys both do a pathetic sell of the week? I missed that.
I did.
I didn't. Go ahead, Alex.
I'm gonna look on eBay real quick and share the screen.
On mine, I made 72 cents. Well, that's before the sheet of bubble wrap I used and the piece of tape.
All right. Let me, I'm going to go ahead and zip mine in here real quick, Alex. This was a Hogwarts. Is it Hogwarts? Harry Potter Hogwarts hat, whatever. I think I gave 50 cents for this thing. $5.18.
All right. Better than I did.
But, you know, whatever.
Was that out of your hat buy?
No.
Oh, was that out of your stock?
Now I got that one at a yard sale. Golly, back in the spring, I think.
How many hats have you listed out of that? What'd you get? 200?
Out of the hat buy, about half of them.
Yeah.
Sold quite a few already. Yeah.
I bet, man.
I definitely earned my. I sold 2 hats and made my $70 back already off that bulk buy. So,
I got one.
like the club covers, I'm in the profit now. So, all right, what you got?
Ready.
Here we go.
Just a book. I made $5.20 off this book. What did it sell for? $8.32. I was actually struggling to find this book when I was on the phone with you last night. I don't remember if you remember that. I was trying to find it, but I finally found it.
Yeah.
I made $5.20 off of it. Not too bad. Well, minus what I paid for it, maybe 25 cents the most. So it's a little paperback.
Cool.
It's like a kung fu book or something. I don't know, 1971. Yeah, it's a Tan Gun. I don't even know their names. I don't know. It's from 1971. It's like a martial arts book.
Taekwondo.
I know kung fu.
All right.
Tickets.
I'm going to go find something real quick. You guys talk about what's ticking on the screen down below, 127, will you?
It's coming fast. What are we in? 30 days out? Something like that?
Yep.
So August 2nd, Picking the Plateau. We're co-hosting the event with Two Old Guys Podcast. I don't know if you guys have checked them out yet, but you should go give them a watch or a listen or whatever. But yeah, they're hosting. We're co-hosting. Mm-hmm. We'll all be down there. Tickets are $25. We still have some left. You can go over to we probably have. Do we have a link on our channel? I didn't even look, but I know for sure you can go over to Caleb's channel and Two Old Guys channel and probably Bama Jaybird's channel and find a link for Eventbrite. If we don't have the link on our channel at this point, we'll add it before this airs. Okay, so you'll be able to go and follow the link, buy a ticket, meet us there, man. It's gonna be a blast. The night before the meetup on the 1st, we're having a bowling tournament hosted by us, the Locker Room, and Alex is going to be the bowling coach, and then Ben, Shane, and I all have be the captain of 3 teams. I guess I don't know how we're going to do it. We ain't really figured all that part out yet, but it'll be fun, man. Y'all should join us.
Yep, and then the meetup and the after party.
Oh yeah, the after party. That's well, and we'll be there all week. I know these guys are going to town on Monday. I'm coming into town on Tuesday. If you guys want to meet up, man, and go pick or whatever, dude, you guys got to hit us up, man. We hit us up on Instagram or Facebook or even in the chat here, whatever you want to do, man. We'll be willing to meet up with whoever reaches out. Try to meet up.
Yeah. If you didn't catch our live collab show with the Two Old Guys Reselling Podcast, go over to the Two Old Guys Reselling Podcast channel. That's a mouthful. Check out the collab that the 4 of us did with them, and it was a live. We actually done this past Friday night, which was June, whatever the date was, because we're recording this as of July 2nd is when we're recording this.
Yeah, happy 4th.
Yeah, happy 4th of July, everybody. Don't set yourself on fire. According to what Caleb said but didn't really say, we're basically going to have a friggin' buffet of food at this meetup rally.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a grazing table and a buffet.
Yep. They'll herd us in there like a bunch of cattle.
It sounds like most of it's going to be like homemade food, like Southern homemade food, man. I mean, I'm excited.
Steak and gravy, homemade mac and cheese, mashed taters, soup beans, cornbread.
Yeah, and then I guess the banana pudding was awesome last year.
Banana pudding, that's right.
Yep. And
I
then
about
Caleb,
stole the rest of that last year.
I don't know if you saw it, Ben. Caleb just put like a recap of last year's event on his channel. I don't know if you guys saw it. Yeah, everybody go check it out, man. If you want to kind of see what it looks like.
How long is that video?
Yeah, can we play it?
I think it's about 5 minutes. I can't remember exactly. It's not super long.
Go pull that up if one of you would, and let's share it and play it right now. I'd like our viewers to see a recap of the last year's 127 meetup. If you've never been to a reseller meetup before, or if you have been to one but you've not been to the 127 meetup, we want to share this video and let you see highlights of last year. Thanks for bringing that up, Chris. I had no idea Caleb had put that together at this point. And we're going to show that just as soon as Chris can share screen.
Sorry.
And
past the skip.
But it's called the Highway 127 Picking on the Plateau. That's how you find it on eventbrite.com.
Here we go. Share.
All right.
All right, we're going to let it roll.
All right. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, good.
So this is my first ever event, reseller event of any kind. I've never been to one. I've never hosted one. I want to do. All right, you ready?
Yeah, what are we giving what?
Anybody need an old school big?
My wife's gonna say yeah. Let's give away a shirt or something.
Star Wars shirt.
Randy McLord, come on down.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Any Ninja Turtles fans?
Granny Grandma, everybody.
Granny Grandma.
Follow her on YouTube.
Friends.
Who don't want it? Chris Moose.
So watch the podcast. You will know that we talk about wrestling.
Come on, how's everybody doing?
There we go.
All right, anybody else got anything they want to say? Here's your chance.
Oh, I'd like to take you guys some food.
Yes.
Yeah, these guys right here.
This is Taylor's family in the middle. We got them out here finally. Give it up for these guys.
I started on Year 216 on Instagram and also on Whatnot.
You started out before that, but then you kind of just west of Cincinnati, but stayed in Cincinnati.
My eBay, I had to tell eBay.
I've been reselling full time for about 3.5 years.
If you hadn't mentioned wearing a Tennessee shirt, I probably wouldn't have wore the Bama, but I had to represent it. So.
That's in Alabama, and they blame everybody else.
Kathy, if you're watching. It's Kathy time, right? Let's give her a hand. Everybody needs an IKEA bag.
I don't have one.
You really don't have an IKEA bag.
They're just like priority boxes to me, okay?
Oh,
Wait a minute, hold on, let's get into this one.
No, don't even get me started.
If you get into this one, I can promise you this.
Let me hear.
There's going to be an elbow
Listen to the
drop.
whole story, okay?
There's going to be an elbow drop right through that table if we get into this.
I'm older than a lot of people here, just to let you know. We've done
that you are part of the people. I did want to talk about a couple of things. I was and to reflect on each one of our journey. We do feel like community and family.
3 years I've not worked full time, but for 3 years it's been like I've never left. And a lot of you guys have taught me. Chris has taught me. I appreciate you all welcoming us into this community.
I hope everyone had a good time. I really do. You guys mean the world to me.
Best podcast out there.
All right, guys, that was a special treat. Chris, thank you for sharing that video. I was not aware that he had that together. Thank you, Caleb, for putting together highlight clips. That is just a small taste of the Highway 127 meetup that we've spent all this year talking about. And for those of you watching that don't know the bearded gentleman that was next to Caleb, you may know, you may not. That is Chris, the old school picker, big YouTube reseller. He used to do videos. He's taken a hiatus from YouTube, but him and Chris put that meetup together for the very first time last year, and I was so impressed. And what you saw was just a small taste of what you can expect and why you should make a time commitment and money commitment to come to this meetup and spend time with all these great people. What do you say, guys?
I say we're going to get a copyright strike for showing that long video now. Caleb's going to take them.
Monetize that. Caleb gets the monetization on this video.
Gonna
I
claim
don't
copyright on that
think
video.
so, man.
Well, to be fair, he sent us the link for it, so
Yeah. Caleb, thank you so much for making that video clip, and everybody give a shout out to Caleb. Go over to his channel and thank him for supplying that highlight video there. And man, I looked like I weighed more in that video than I do now. I guess I was a fatty back then. I don't know.
hopefully old school picker will be there, man. I've been wanting to meet him.
Yeah, man. It'd be good to see Chris again, but who knows? He might be, might not be. I don't know. Don't know the answers. Guys, we're coming up on 1 hour. Do we have anything else you all want to share in this episode number 40, which is amazing? You know, Alex and I started this channel back, was it the 1st of October, Alex? I think that's when it was, wasn't it? September, October.
Man, I don't remember the exact date.
Like
I'd have to go back and look.
Me and Alex and Brandon and Archie Biscuit Butt were the original 4 that launched the locker room, and things change, priorities change over time. We've had a lot of great people on this show to help co-host it, and I just want to let the both of you guys know, and Shane, when you watch this video, I want you to listen, how much I appreciate all 3 of you in joining me in this journey that we do here every week on this show. It's a lot of fun. It's a nice relief to get away from the everyday hustle and kick back on this platform and just have fun talking with you guys.
Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you being at the controls every week, man. You're the man behind the controls. You know, you're making it all happen. So, man, it's much appreciated too.
All right, Alex, you got anything?
Got nothing as usual.
Everybody, go check out all our channels, man. We all got new videos out, I think. So go check them out, man.
Yeah, Easy Pickings on YouTube, Rocky Top Picker, Beard King Picker, Soda City Flips. Don't forget, Shane has done a consistent live show
Monday. Yep.
On Monday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. Go check out his Soda City Flip social. Is it Soda City Social?
Yeah, that's right.
Check that out. We love and appreciate you, and happy 40th to you guys. And until next time, this has been Alex, Chris, wishing you a happy 4th of July. Do not blow your fingers off with fireworks.
Do it.
We'll see you guys.
Do it.
Get it in. Spit on that thing.
Later, guys.